Hi everyone, my name is Jessica Liu and I'm a first year intern with Epic in New York City. I graduated from Columbia in May and I just wanted to share with you my Epic summer project experience of how God brought me there kicking and screaming, but He brought me, what I learned and how it's brought me to where I am now. So the story begins my freshman year with a junior named Kai who bugged me to go on summer project. Naturally, I refused to consider the idea. I said, look, no, I need to get a lab job, I need to do research, I need to build up my resume, I need cash for next semester. It wasn't even a, well, if this doesn't work out, then maybe I'll consider going on summer project. It was just a flat out no. This goes on for 2 years, and then Kai graduates. I said, yes! Nobody else will tell me to go on summer project. Well, God managed to find 3 other people over the course of 3 consecutive weekends in October. They were completely unaffiliated with each other, but they all asked me, hey Jess, have you thought about going on missions this summer? I said, no, but you're not the first one to ask. I remember one of these women who asked me was especially persistent. Every excuse that I offered her about needing money or job experience or what about parents, she countered with an example from her own summer project experience. And in the end, she just said, just pray about it. I said, fine. And I remember going home that night thinking, God, I get it. You want me to go on missions this summer. Well, you know what? I'm not gonna go. Don't you understand how this is supposed to work? This is the summer after my junior year. I'm supposed to have an internship so that I can get a job after I graduate so that I'm not a homeless bum. Kind of embarrassing for a Columbia grad if you get Anyway, God took it all in stride. He's like, well, we'll see how it goes. Fast forward to February, I went to Epic Conference and it was just one of the most amazing healing times of my life. God really met me in a lot of places that I was hurting, that I didn't really realize that I was carrying this weight with me. He also gave me this huge sense of perspective. He said, Jess, you have 45 summers ahead of you to work. What's one summer for me? 1. So, oh, good point. And over the course of the weekend, he finally brought me to a point and gave me the power to say, God, I surrender my summer to you. Just whatever it looks like, please have it how you will. So I went home and I applied for summer project. By this time, I had already applied for summer internships and my parents were really concerned because they said, well, what are you gonna do if you get into both? What are you gonna choose? How much does it cost to go on summer project? Where is that money gonna come from? Are you gonna be able to raise it all? That's a lot. And I said, I don't know, but I do know 2 things. I do know that 1, if God calls me, I'm gonna go, and 2, He's gonna provide everything I need. And finally, they said, you know what, this is between you and God, pray about it, we trust you. About a month later, I'm waiting to hear back from internships and I am freaking out because I have no idea what I'm going to do if I get into both. I talked to my pastor about it and he said, you know what, it's not like missions is good and internship is evil, but just go with where you feel like God's leading you. But it sounds like He's leading you toward missions. And I said, oh, okay, fine, So I prayed, God, if you really want me to go on missions this summer, please don't let me get into my first choice internship. Now this is an internship that I had been dreaming about since August. And I had some really high up connections who could probably pull a few strings if I wanted him to. But that was my prayer. God, that was the sign that I asked for. 2 days later, I get a reject email, and I was like, yes, I didn't get in! And people are looking at me, wait, you did get the internship or you did not get the internship? I said, no. Oh, why are you so happy? Because I know that God answers prayer. Alright, I know, I'm going on summer project. Well, God decided to test that resolve less than 24 hours later, because I got a voicemail from the same company, First Choice, saying, "Hi, we'd like to interview you for our summer internship." And I was really confused. It's like, God, what? I already applied, interviewed, and got rejected from this company, and now what? What am I supposed to do? So just agonizing. Like, do I call them back? Do I like accept, like, interview, even if I know that I'm not going to take the job if they offer me one? Anyway, I finally decided, you know what? God gave me the sign that I asked for, and I'm not going to test them anymore. So I decided not to interview with them and to go on project. Well, so that's how I ended up going on project, and when I got there, it was just the most amazing summer of my life. I kid you not. I was actually really jealous of the freshmen because they got it right the first year. They had multiple opportunities to go on summer project, and what they learned here they could take back to the campuses for 3 years, whereas I only had one. So some of the things that I took back into my senior year was the importance of community. Summer project was the first time I really experienced community to that level. It was really special as we lived together, we ate together, we played together, we prayed together, we shared our faith together. We had conflicts with each other, but we were all growing together, and we were all there with one purpose, and that was to make God's name known in Hawaii is where I ended up going. And the second thing that I learned was a love for evangelism. I was so uncomfortable with evangelism going into project. I had probably shared my faith like 3 times in my life before, and so that first week I shared my faith more than I had my whole life. Made my partner do all the talking the first day. But by the 3rd or 4th week in, God had just been growing in me a heart for the lost, and it had become my favorite part of the day. And by the end of project, which was about 6 or 7 weeks in, had an opportunity to take one of the locals out sharing, and just to train him and having spiritual conversations with others. So that was just really awesome. Because as I went back to campus my senior year, I was much more intentional with the relationships that I did have, and I actually had a desire to go out sharing. I went at least a couple of times each semester, and I remember during one conversation that I had, I sat there thinking, this is awesome. I love talking to people about God. This is what I was made to do. And like that excitement, I mean, that's something that, you know, has carried me into this intern year. Is most notably one of the biggest ways that summer project changed my life was, well, I'm here. The staff took the seniors out for dessert, and said, hey, these are your opportunities with Campus Crusade or Epic after you graduate. You can intern with us, you can stint, or you can join full-time staff. And I'm thinking, no, absolutely not. Who does that? I'm a BME major. Wouldn't I be so much more useful in the pharmaceutical industry? People need Jesus there too. And God, of what use is my degree in campus ministry? Hello? Well, God had other plans, and he just changed my heart a lot. But that's another story for another time. But I'd love to tell you. If you have any questions about summer project or Epic Conference or interning, whatever, please email me. My email is jessica.y.lu@gmail.com. And yeah, I just love to connect with you, and I really look forward to seeing you at Epic Conference.